I used to worry about waking up in the morning. Waking up early and then hitting the snooze button a couple of times, not getting out of bed. I would really judge myself about staying in bed for that extra half an hour. You hear stories about people who get up out of bed, super excited to wake up. They greet the day. They greet the day and say, wow, this is amazing and everything and that kind of stuff. Like, I do that some days. But on the days that I don't, I feel like I just want to lay down. Like, I don't want to go up and go to work this morning. I'm just going to lay here for another 10 minutes, 20 minutes, half an hour. Yeah, the funny thing is, like, I don't sleep. I don't get any extra rest out of it. There's no utility in doing that. But I would judge myself about it a lot and say, yeah, if I never get out of bed and I keep doing this forever, nothing's going to happen, right? I'm not going to get anywhere in life. And that's what I would used to think. But, I've been thinking a lot about this recently. What I've come to understand is that it's not about the tactics, the things that you do. It's really not about that. Because I hear a lot of big people, famous people. They say, yeah, I get up 5:30 every morning, and that's my routine, and I do that, and because I do that, then all this stuff gets done, and that's why things happen. And it's not why things happen. It's you can do all the things you want until the cows come home. You still end up being the same person. Because it's not about doing, it's also not about having. Specifically talking now about doing things that are going to get you to the next level, so to speak. And this is a big business, big industry. Getting people to do things. The issue, here's the problem with doing, okay? If you want to represent 3D space, this is not like physical space that we're in right now, but if you want to represent 3D existence in 3 axes, you have doing on, let's call that the x-axis. Then you have having on the y-axis, and these 2 axes are the flat, planar surface of this 3D space of existence. The objective is to reach a higher state of being, correct? You ever heard that expression before? A higher state of being means that you're moving from this plane to this plane. So necessarily then, the axis of being is the z-axis, the one that's going straight up. And it's perpendicular to the doing and having plane, the physical plane. Moving to a higher state of being requires you to do, I said do. Moving up and down the axis of being requires a different state of being. That's really it. The issue with trying to do or have things to move up and down that being plane is that you're creating a boundary, a physical boundary. And that physical boundary becomes your reality, thinking that I'm going to make this like platform and then I'm going to force myself up the being plane. It doesn't work. So let's say, okay, I got to wake up at 5:30 every morning and say I'm going to do that. I'm going to train myself to do that, and that's how I'm going to do it. I'm just going to do that every day. And then you say, okay, well, I'm going to eat 3 meals a day, and I'm going to eat this and that and this and that. I'm going to take these vitamins and these minerals and these supplements, and I'm going to avoid these bad foods. I'm going to take the good foods. Say I'm going to work for 4 hours every day on something that I really love. I'm going to do that. I'm going to book this time in my calendar, and I'm going to do that every day. Every day I'm going to do it. Then you say, oh, I'm going to be in bed by 10 o'clock. I'm going to turn off all my phones, all my computers, all my screens and everything. I'm not going to do anything past 9 o'clock, and I'm going to be in bed by 10 o'clock so I can get up early in the morning for 5 o'clock and start the next day. Now, you can do all those things, and I have done all those things. You can do all those things, and those are the restrictions. They are restrictions. And you know, when you restrict something, when you restrict somebody from doing something, you ever tell a kid, like, hey, don't do that? And sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't work. Why does it work sometimes and why does it not work other times? Ever think about that? If there are restrictions, you're not going to do them. Because you're fitting your being. You're trying to fit who you are into a glass, a cup, or some shape or form. Which is currently, so if you think like, hey, I want to change this about myself, what should I do? And you come up with a new doing. You're trying to take your being and fit it into a shape that it's not going to fit into. It's not going to fit. Whereas if you decide, I want to be this, I want to be a blank, I want to be a person, whatever. I want to be a person that wakes up early every morning because I love doing it. Then by necessity, you're going to take the form. You're going to take that form on the do and have plane, right? So you're not going to need to take all these things from what other people say and do, and say you should have this and do this and that and this and all this stuff. Yeah, you know, you want to change who you're being, but you can't change who you're being by doing or having different things. Maybe another example, right? There's a lot of people that want to be healthier, so they look for things to do. They look for supplements to take. They look for this and that to do. And should I have a omega-3 tablet in the morning? Should I take something or whatever? And people will take these things. They get on this nutritional program and do all these kinds of diets, and they still get cancer and have to get chemotherapy and overweight and all this kind of stuff. And it doesn't work that way because, well, they're doing all the right stuff, but their being is somewhere else. Their being is incompatible with what they're doing. They're being an unhealthy person, and an unhealthy person, even if they do all the right things to get healthy, they're not going to be healthy. Because first you gotta be healthy. You gotta be somebody who is healthy. You gotta be healthy. And then once you decide that I'm going to be healthy, then all the things that you want, or otherwise would need to do, all the things that you want to do will come naturally to you. And you'll find the steps forward to being healthy, to fulfilling that purpose of who you want to be. So that's my thought for today. Yeah, you can't do or have yourself into a new state of being. It's really tricky because we're always told, like, you got to do this and that and have this and this, right? But that's not how God works. God doesn't say, He doesn't say, go and do all these things. No, He says, be. Just be. He doesn't say go and have things, acquire items. He says, be. Just be. Know that I am God and just be. That's what He says. You can't trick Him. So He knows, right? He knows. Anyway, peace. That's it.